I am so happy for theaters right now because there are good movies coming out and there are good movies released right now. From Monkey Man to The First Omen. I just got out of Challengers. I watched Abigail and Challengers back to back. It's so great, you guys. Initially, I wanted to make separate movie reviews for Abigail and Challengers, but I just feel like that's unnecessary work. And I feel like it's just easier to make one talking about both these movies together. Out of the theater movie thoughts on both these movies. For Abigail, this is a dark horror comedy. If you've seen Ready or Not before, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. If you're going into this blind, just know that it's a dark horror comedy. A lot of blood and guts. Who knew that this little girl who played Matilda is now this cunning vampire in this Abigail? She's the star for me in this movie, alongside Melissa. The whole cast, actually. The whole cast. The music is great, and again, Dolby makes a huge difference. There are parts in this movie I literally jumped because of the environment, the sound, and the vibrations from the chair. It just the atmosphere it makes a huge difference. I love the action in Abigail. It is nonstop. It's nonstop once it gets into it. There are some twists, and well, I wouldn't say twists. There were things that I didn't expect to see in this movie, and it didn't go the way I thought, and it was fun. It was fun and surprising, and I like that. Abigail is great. Now onto Challengers. I feel like I've watched a French version of this, a French movie dealing with this same or similar story. That Adonis, that one person that two people are infatuated with, most likely friends, and in the end they are torn apart because of that one person. That's basically the summary of this movie. Spoiler alert. I like this movie. This is definitely a movie that kind of irks you in a good way, though, and kind of lingers in your mind because of what happens. And Zendaya, I feel like there are no good characters in this movie. They're all flawed. I don't know whether or not I should be rooting for any of them, but I feel like the main villain, if I should say, is Zendaya's character because spoiler alert, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing, and she continues to do it. And in the end, well, I kind of said it already. It drives a wedge between two friends. And yes, they're friends. This movie is very much, at least to me, very much queer coded. It gives off gay vibes. Another thing about Challengers is that this movie is very sexy, you know. But the thing is, this movie has very little sex in it. To me, I feel like it's mostly to do with the dialogue and the way things are framed and shown, and how some of the scenes were artistically shot and filmed. But yeah, it has very little sex. If I were to say one complaint about this movie, it would be the runtime. I definitely feel like there are parts in this movie are drawn out. There could have been more fleshing out of the characters, but I feel like what we have right now is still good. Both of these movies are good watch, and again, watch it in Dolby. I prefer Dolby over IMAX. IMAX, I don't know. I don't like IMAX that much. That's my personal preference. So Abigail, 4 out of 5, and Challengers 3. Actually, no. I would give both Abigail and Challengers 4 out of 5. They're both, you know, a unique kind of story, a fresh take on things, and I like it. We need more of these kind of movies in theaters. Okay, one last thing before I go. I just want to mention something. I love the movie posters for both these movies. We've been getting some really pretty cool, neat posters for movies recently. I prefer these posters, you know? I prefer the posters that give some meaning to the movie and not just the floating head posters, even though, I mean, they're not horrible posters, the floating heads, but do something with it. Abigail and Challengers are these are nice posters. These are neat. And yeah, this is my short out of the theater movie thoughts. And yeah, see you later. Bye.